Hello everyone, as we all know, Honkai Star Rail version 3.1 will be released next week. And yes, just like the previous updates, one of the biggest excitements for the new update is the new characters that will be introduced in the update. As we know from the last 3.1 livestream, there are 4 characters banner that will appear in the upcoming 3.1 release. These characters are Tribbie with the Harmony Path, Yunli and Mydei as characters with the Destruction Path, and the last one is Huo-Huo with the Abundance Path. If I'm honest, these 4 characters are good characters with their own strength. Of course, I understand that many of us, especially new players, will be confused about who to take in the upcoming 3.1. So without further ado, I'm Hoyostation, and we are going to talk about gacha recommendations for version 3.1. Let's do this. Do you have a character or weapon in the game that you really want but you don't have enough stellar jades? Here is a smarter way to recharge your favorite games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Look no further than Lootbar. Lootbar is the most reliable top-up platform. It saves up to 20% for all orders compared with the official channel, and it provides an 80% off for your first purchase. It's 100% safe as you will only be using your UID. We will buy pack for 3000 stellar jades for $42, which otherwise would have costed $50. Totally saving $7.5. We received the crystals we purchased in the last than 3 minutes. All recharges will be done through the official channel with MiHoYo, which allows you to enjoy all top-up offers. Ready to level up your gaming experience? Check the link in the description to get the amazing discount. Anyway, before we go into more detail about the characters that will be released in the upcoming 3.1 update, I would like to inform you about the banner schedule for this release. In the first phase, which falls on February 26, 2025, we will have a new character banner that is quite interesting to look at, namely Tribbie, a cute female character with red hair. But besides Tribbie, it seems that Yunli will also color the face as a rerun banner. Well, it's quite interesting the lineup of this first phase banner. As for phase 2, which is expected to take place on March 19, 2025, we will have a character who is no less interesting, namely Mydei, a character who caught our attention in the last 3.0 story. Well, besides Mydei, Huo-Huo, who is one of the best healer characters, will also appear as a rerun banner in the second phase. Alright, now we will move on to the most anticipated part, which is the discussion of the characters that will appear in the upcoming version 3.1. The first one we will discuss is Tribbie, who is predicted to be the AoE DPS support. For the main kit that she has a character with a support role is that she can provide buffs to teammates located in the skill section, which can provide an increase in all type resistant penetration by 24% for 3 turns. Honestly, the effect of her skill is a premium buff, because the effect of this skill can only be found in Robin's 8-on-1 or Ruanmei's ultimate effect, which has a similar effect. Another interesting thing that Tribbie has is in her talent kit. She can perform a follow-up attack every time a teammate performs an ultimate. Unfortunately, while this effect is very good, in the updated version, the follow-up attack effect that comes from her talent is limited to once per character and can only be triggered again after Tribbie uses her ultimate. Well, this talent makes Tribbie kind of a Harmony character that can provide buffs while dealing damage to enemies. On the other hand, Tribbie's ultimate is no less interesting, guys. Her ultimate deals quantum damage to all enemies and creates a zone in the field that adds to the damage received by the enemy, as well as providing additional quantum damage to enemies attacked by teammates. Interestingly, the more enemies attacked by our allies, the greater the additional damage is. So it's clear that Tribbie is ideal when paired with units that have kits that can deal AoE damage, which are characters that have the erudition path. I have one small note for you guys. Tribbie has a trace named Pebble at Crossroads. This gives Tribbie 3 energy, and every target attacked by our allies gets 1.5 energy. Like the previous kit, this means that Tribbie should be paired with units that can attack large numbers of enemies often. Now let's address the main question. Is Tribbie a worthwhile picking in the upcoming version 3.1? Overall, Tribbie is an interesting character because as a support, she can help deal area damage to the enemy. Tribbie is very suitable to be played with DPS characters who can provide damage to many enemies, such as the Herta, who really needs AoE hits so that her ultimate fills up faster. We can also pair Tribbie with characters that attack frequently and can attack a large number of enemies, like Yunli for the example. The newest character Mydei is also quite suitable with Tribbie because Tribbie's HP increases with the total HP of that team. So if you have a lot of erudition units and want to create an erudition meta team, I highly recommend taking this character. I'd give Tribbie a score of 8.5 out of 10. What about the signature light cone named If Time Were a Flower? This light cone can increase Tribbie's critical damage and provide extra energy each time Tribbie launches a follow-up attack. This means that Tribbie can use her ultimate more often, and it will be faster to reset the number of follow-up attacks given to the enemy. If you want to maximize the damage given to Tribbie, I'd recommend taking this light cone. However, some other light cones such as Dance 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 are also quite good to use. Well, what do you think? And the second character we will discuss is Yunli. She is a DPS character that is physical and specializes in dealing damage to the area. You could say that Yunli is like Clara, but a much better version. She has a kit that is very similar to Clara's, but with much greater damage. She can also taunt enemies and heal herself. Yunli's skill can deal damage to enemies while replenishing her own HP. This makes Yunli a strong survivor in the current game. Also, Yunli's ultimate ability is particularly interesting, guys. It taunts all enemies, and when attacked, it launches a large attack on all enemies. This is Yunli's primary skill. However, it's important to note that using Yunli's ultimate is different from other characters. She must use the ultimate right before the enemy gets her to launch a strong version of the ultimate attack. Otherwise, Yunli will give a weaker version of the ultimate to the enemy, dealing much less damage. So, is Yunli still worth taking in the upcoming version 3.1? Overall, Yunli is a universal character that is still very worth it for you to have, especially if you are a new player who does not have a DPS character that can perform area attacks. In addition, Yunli's kit is also quite suitable for pairing with several current meta characters, such as Sunday, who can provide enormous energy to her because Yunli has a large energy capacity. Another example is RMC, who can maximize her kit because she has a talent that continues to get energy if attacked. This means that Mem's energy will continue to be filled when Yunli is attacked by the enemy. The true damage buff effect given by RMC is also fairly good because Yunli has a very large attack frequency. For now, I will give a score of 8 out of 10 for Yunli, because she is a highly recommended character to get. Her signature light cone, Dance at Sunset, increases the likelihood of being attacked by enemies and increases Yunli's critical damage. After she uses the ultimate, Yunli's follow-up attack will also deal more damage. This light cone is a must if you want to maximize all of her kits. This light cone increases your chances of being attacked by enemies by almost 3 times, which means Yunli will be more often issue a follow-up attacks, and of course, she can issue her ultimate more often. How cool is that? Okay, next we will talk about the new character that will be in version 3.1, Mydei. Mydei is a character with an imaginary type DPS role that has HP scaling for his damage output. Mydei is a DPS character with the second HP scaling after Blade in this game. Mydei's kit is quite similar to Blade's, where Mydei reduces his own life to get stack so he can launch his enhanced skill. Mydei also has a unique kit, guys. When he enters Vendetta mode, which is a special status that he gets when his charge touches 100 points, he will enter auto mode. In this mode, every turn he will automatically launch an attack called Kingslayer Be King and also Godslayer Be God. These attacks will deal huge damage to the enemy. In this mode, Mydei's maximum HP will increase a lot, and he will be immune to crowd control effects by enemies. This kit is Mydei's uniqueness. He can deal great damage, but he is a little difficult to control. Mydei's ultimate is also a kit that is quite interesting to discuss. This ultimate attacks 3 enemies, then taunts them for 2 turns and restores 20% of his HP. This makes him more survivable against enemy attacks. One more thing to mention is that Mydei is a very unique character because he is very difficult to lose in battle. Because he has a special ability that prevents him from exiting Vendetta mode if he is hit by a deadly attack 3 times per battle. This makes him very difficult to lose, especially if you have a good healer. So, should you get Mydei in the upcoming version 3.1? I think so. It's a great addition for players of all levels. It works well with most characters, and it's great for new players because it increases critical rate by a lot. All we need to do is focus our relic substats on HP and critical damage. If you plan to pull Tribbie in the first phase, I also recommend pulling this character in the second phase. These 2 characters work well together on a team. Mydei increases the total HP of the team, and the more HP, the more powerful Tribbie's talent will be. I'd give this character a score of 8 out of 10 for all the uniqueness of his kit. Anyway, Mydei's signature light cone, Flame of Blood Blaze My Path, has several effects that increase the user's maximum HP and incoming healing. Using skills or ultimate consumes additional HP and increases the damage produced. At first, this seems like a good effect for Mydei because it increases HP and incoming healing, improving his overall kit. However, if you don't have enough Stellar Jade for this light count, you can also use Blade's light count, which increases critical rate, HP, and damage. Now, let's talk about Huo-Huo, a healer who is a top pick for Honkai Star Rail players. She is a wind-type character with an abundance path that can heal 3 team members at once when you use her skill. The heal effect can be triggered repeatedly when the character using the ultimate. This makes her ideal for characters that often use ultimates. Huo-Huo's ultimate also provides energy to all allies based on the total maximum energy capacity owned by the unit and buffs attack to all teammates. This kit is useful because some characters in this game depend on ultimates, such as Aglaya and Robin. The attack buff is also quite large and is useful for DPS characters who have attack scaling. Remember that the heal from her skill is quite large and can even fill up to full HP to 3 characters at once. Also, don't forget Huo-Huo's talent, which clears debuffs from teammates or herself. This talent provides heals when Huo-Huo or her teammates use the ultimate. So, is Huo-Huo still worth getting? Overall, Huo-Huo is still a great choice for both experienced players and newcomers, especially if you're interested in taking Mydei. Mydei has a special ability that reduces his HP. So, with Huo-Huo, Mydei keeps almost full HP because he gets constant healing from Huo-Huo. Huo-Huo's ultimate can also provide energy that is useful for Mydei to launch his ultimate. Moreover, the skill from Mydei during Vendetta mode will be launched automatically and do not consume SP, making Huo-Huo even more free in using her skill. Huo-Huo's high HP makes her a strong choice to pair with Tribbie, as Tribbie deals more damage when the team's HP is maxed. With Huo-Huo's skills, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. And finally, Huo-Huo's signature light cone, Knight of the Fairy, is a game changer. This light cone is actually very effective, guys. It can increase the character's energy regeneration and the healing they do for allies. However, there are other options, such as the light cone named Quid Pro Quo, that can be used if you don't want to take this light cone. The effect of this light cone is no less good, so this light cone is not mandatory. That's all for now, guys. What do you think? Who will you choose in the upcoming version 3.1? Please share your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to check out my other videos because they are just as cool. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.